Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. It's been a couple of days since, whoops, wrong hotkey. Been a couple of days since my last cast. So yeah, let's just get to it. We have OrcWorker spawning in as the blue orc player in the top right. Yes, ready to work. Nice peon. Okay, I have the wrong colors set up, so let's switch over the colors there. Okay, so we are on Xixi's perspective. Actually, I should have done it the other way, since I keep telling myself that I should have orcs as the main perspective, because I can keep track of the Blade Master then, but oh well, I'll try my best to keep track of him as, well, best I can, but we'll have to wait and see. So a couple things to talk about is what you're seeing right now. So normally I cast Netease games on a 4:3 resolution, which is, I believe, what is it? It's 1280 by 960, and yeah, the consequence of that is that we have to have the black borders on the sides. No matter where I go, the rally point pinging is just everywhere. But okay. So yeah, gonna try out this widescreen thing. I've had this, I've had the renderer thing, which had the native 16:9 resolution fix, but I haven't really dabbled into it, so I'm gonna try this out. Downside of doing this is that I need, great internet to upload at a reasonable speed. But lately I've been using my my school's internet, so that does it pretty quickly. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy this without the black borders on the sides. Anyway, enough the rambling. I mean, nothing really interesting happened. It's just standard stuff here. Blade Master coming out, selling the TP scroll for the south. He's not going to opt to go for this quick ogre warrior camp. Instead, he is looking to harass as quickly as possible, maybe. Where is he? There he is. Is going to spot the demon hunter there and will engage against that grunt. Blade Master is going to go for that quick troll high priest. So that is not spotted by the demon hunter, but Xixi should probably be suspecting something. Quick tier 2 here from OrcWorker, and a quick tier 2 here from Xixi as well. So another thing to note, I have changed the overlay a little bit as in I kind of cleaned up the top and yeah, tried to make the inventory space just different, I guess, better than just a blank spot, because yeah, it's kind of weird when there's no inventory, and when it has no inventory, I mean, it looks kind of decent. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Very curious to see any feedback, I guess, whatsoever, but yeah, I'm not really holding my breath for that. So yeah, quite a beating on the demon hunter. He does have the increased armor thanks to that ring. But yeah, he might be a little screwed here since he got caught right between this shop. As I say that, he just walks past, so so there's that. He does have boots, so he can outspeed the Blade Master out of Windwalk. And he is just farming long distance. He should be hitting 2 very soon. There we go, and plus 3 agility for himself right there. Yeah, so far not much has that been actually happening. OrcWorker is kind of behind a little bit because he did, of course, not really do a camp. He has finally done his first camp, which is the High Priest camp that he was doing a little while ago, but yeah, he's still a little down in terms of levels. Tech-wise, I mean, both players ticked at literally the same time, so they should be hitting that point, at the same time as well. It seems like the Blade Master is going to go for the warrior camp this time around, and we do have no sightings of a hunter's hole just yet, so this might just be looming towards double Ancient of Winds for those Druids of Talons there. So yeah. I mean, honestly, I've been interested to see, because I've heard that the Night Elf meta has changed a little bit, but I don't exactly remember which matchup it was that it was changed. I think it was Night Elf versus Undead matchup, which I probably should look for those a little more, because I'm very curious to see how that actually turns out to be. Ancient of War gets sniped a little bit. Don't know what exactly happened there, but well, that does happen. And the Beastmaster comes out as the second hero. Typical hero comps so far for Xixi. We should be seeing the Tinkerer third as well. That is just how it's supposed to go, I guess. But of course things can change. Demon Hunter almost getting a very easy grunt kill there, but sadly the Blade Master, very nice pathing there from OrcWorker, will be able to save that particular grunt. I'm not sure if he can save this one though, as he is out in the open, and yeah, there goes a pretty easy kill there on that grunt. Quill Beast's coming out to try and do some harassment here, but they are just getting battered by those Orc Burrows. Four peons in that Orc Burrow, making it, I believe, 0.8 attacks per second, so... Or is it 1 attack per 0.8 seconds?
Your building is complete.
Oh, I actually forgot. But it's something of that sort. So, very quick tier 3 here, as expected, trying to get those Cyclone upgrade as quickly as possible. No sightings of any Druids of Talents just yet, so right now, yeah, Xixi is at a pretty vulnerable state. 23 versus 34. Torrent Chieftain comes out as OrcWorker's second hero, so you know, fairly effective at dealing with Druids of Talents. The 1 or 2 shockwaves could potentially just kill them all. We will have to wait and see if that is going to be the case. It just depends on how many levels the Torrent can actually get himself. So, does pick up the Lionhorn Stormwind, so he does have Devotion Aura on top of that Endurance Aura. Not exactly sure if that's going to be kept. It is only +1 armor, and I'm not really sure if that's going to be useful, particularly when you're facing off against Druids who will Fairy Fire and just lower your armor anyway, so it is totally up to OrcWorker to keep that item or not. Spearwalker Raiders for OrcWorker, just standard Orc stuff here. Yeah, that's all I could really say. Does pick up the full invuln from this particular camp. Cool Beast is going to scout around a little bit. Not really going to do too much. It is not a Frenzy Beast just yet. I believe the Turn Chieftain just hit level 2 as well, so I'm assuming he has Shockwave level 2, but of course there's no real way to tell. Blade Master is also at level 3, so he does have that level 2 Windwalk Strike most likely. We shall see. Actually, I don't even see the numbers, which I guess is a bummer as well. I would like to actually see how high the crit damage can actually go, but I promise next time I will keep in mind about the Orc player, and then if it's like an Orc mirror, then I'll just choose one at random. So something got sold here. It was 200 gold. I don't actually recall the Beastmaster picking up that big of an item. I guess it wasn't that great of an item.
Research finished.
Assuming, I guess.
Our warriors have
I mean, Turret's still keeping his aura items, so yeah, there is that. I'm assuming the Beastmaster also picked up an aura item, and I just completely I was just completely blind during that time, so apologies. Very aggressive creeping pathing here from OrcWorker. Is trying to go for his opponent's Ogre Magi camp, but it's right in front of his opponent, so yeah, he has a lot of courage. So 39 versus 49, OrcWorker obviously has the clear advantage in terms of supply, but this is home turf for the Night Elf players, so let's see how this will turn out to be. Raider was very close to getting killed off. Thankfully, Orb Venom poison actually can't kill. Actually, I'm pretty sure Dryad poison can't kill either, so poison in general can't really kill. So, yeah, was really lucky to stay alive. Fairy Fire obviously still kind of showing Xixi literally everything that the Raider's seeing, so might have to do something about that. Tinkerer comes out as predicted as the third hero here. Just typical anti-orc Night Elf hero comp. Beastmaster is an absolute monster when he gets his levels and puts those levels into those Quill Beasts, but sadly he's still only level 1, and this might be a bit problematic for Xixi when it comes to the mid to late game scenario here, as his heroes just aren't high enough in levels. Blademaster, I mean, he's level 3, so that's good enough. Torrent Chieftain is getting there with solo farming. It's just, yeah, things might not be as great for Xixi on the other hand. He is going to go for those Orc Burrows and will be able to take one down. 58 versus 50. Cyclones are going to be used to take out the Blademaster from this fight temporarily. Pocket Factory has been placed down and it is spawning those little clockwork goblins there, not doing too much as a shockwave comes out from the Torrent Chieftain. That is indeed a level 2 shockwave, so it does a fair bit of damage, but it is going to force a TP scroll from Xixi. So yeah, got him to the corner there. Did lose an Orc Burrow for that fight, and now he is upside down. But yeah, not that much damage actually inflicted onto OrcWorker, and it was Xixi the one that had to burn that TP scroll. So I would say it's almost even, or maybe even a little better for OrcWorker, because again, he is supply block, so he does have that little moment of dead time. But yeah, I don't know really. Although I guess the TP scroll was the free TP scroll, so in essence he didn't really lose any gold. But here we go with another fight here, counterattack from Xixi. His Demon Hunter did get caught out, and he's constantly getting ensnared as well, which might not be great. There is no TP, there's no Staff of Preservation as far as I know. It's actually on the Demon Hunter, and he is going to be forced to TP scroll once again. Nicely done from OrcWorker. He actually got his Blademaster right behind the Demon Hunter and just went at it as soon as possible. Chain and Snares just completely murdered him, and yeah, not having a Preservation Staff on another hero is very risky to do, which is why I always prefer, you know, having that second Preservation Staff, because if the hero that has the staff is getting screwed, then it's almost impossible to try and save him. Unless, of course, you have that TP scroll, which he did, and he did burn. So 2 scrolls burnt in like a couple of minutes window is not financially smart. I guess that is the best way to describe it. Lots of raiders out for OrcWorker, 60 versus 50 here. So yeah, being down in supply as a Night Elf player is kind of weird to see, because like, these units are not strong by themselves. They need to be microed very well. They have to be using their spells at the right time as well.
Our sacred grove
And
is being desecrated.
yeah, when you're down in supply, it gets a lot harder, I guess. So we do hear fairy dragons. Yes, we do. I don't think they've joined the fight just yet. If they did, then I actually really haven't noticed their presence. Yeah, I guess I kind of do regret viewing from Xixi's point. Oh, here comes the Bat Rider, and we'll suicide into a Fairy Dragon. Of course, not enough health, not enough damage to completely kill a Fairy Dragon, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure OrcWorker should have known that. But it does a little bit of damage, I guess. I guess he was trying to go for that Hawk, but Hawks can just be resummoned as well. So here we go again. Shockwave only hitting about 3 dots there, and the Raiders not particularly in a good position. They can't really be supported very well by the heroes as they are constantly being cycloned. Disenchants are finally coming down. Level 3 on the Blademaster, level 3 on the Demon Hunter, as well as level 4 on the Blademaster. Here comes Spirit Links left and right. Mariner Flares are trying to punish the Spirit Walkers as best as possible. The Torrent Chieftain, I mean, I don't know how many shockwaves he actually got out of this fight, but now that he's mana burned, he is not going to be able to do so anymore. And the supply, surprisingly enough, is evening out. As soon as I say that, a huge chunk of Xixi's army actually gets taken down there, and the Blade Master is now in trouble. Preservation Staff is available and gets used right at the last moment. Nicely done there from Xixi, but he is still being slowly pushed away. His dots are now out of mana, which is kind of an important thing to worry about, but again, most of OrcWorker's units are very low as well. TP Scroll is going to be used by the Beastmaster, and that will be another lost fight there from Xixi. Unfortunate. But, good thing is that he has evened out the supply, so it does mean, like, yeah, if he plays the next fight out well, he might actually be able to win it as well. Because, I mean, if he ends up even in a pretty bad fight, then, you know, logically it should be pretty good on an even fight. We'll just have to wait and see. Nicely done with the mana burns on the turn Chieftain. I think he only got like one shockwave out in that entire fight, but yeah, nicely done. The only problem is that OrcWorker's turn Chieftain is now pretty high up in levels, halfway to level 5, so level 3 shockwave kind of almost kills the Druid of Talent. I think it needs like a little more of a budge, a little bit more of a push to finally kill them, which shouldn't be that difficult to do. Or he could just wait for a second shockwave, which probably might not even happen because, yeah, Demon Hunter is being very on point with the mana burns. So here comes the attack here, while the Ogre Lord is being attempted, but nope, OrcWorker is going to go for the counterattack, and this is kind of bad for Xixi because all this time he's been attacking, he's been going after the Voodoo Lounge, and now he's just taking it down. But the problem is, Orc units have siege damage in these raiders, and these raiders will do a huge amount of damage. Already 2 Moonwalls down. Xixi is at 30 supply cap and 40 supply like current, so yeah, he has to produce 2 or 3 more Moonwells just to be able to produce units again, and not even burning a TP scroll for OrcWorker. He's just going to run out of there thanks to the Endurance Aura of that turn Chieftain. So yeah, it's just being very well played from OrcWorker. I mean, it's not even the Blade Master doing the one-man army kind of thing, it's his decision making. Yeah, it's just his decision making, honestly. Just focus fire, great focus fire on the Blade, on the Demon Hunter. And Xixi, I don't know. I mean, the only problem right now that he has is that his heroes are just so underleveled, and yeah, he is now fighting a pretty bad fight, in fact. A couple of his Druid talent already being ensnared. Scroll of Healing trying its best, but I mean, the turn shift didn't even shockwave yet, so having to Scroll of Healing without even taking a shockwave is kind of bad. And I'm not sure, do we have another TP scroll? I don't think so. I don't think Xixi can even afford to do so, as his Demon Hunter taken a lesser invulnerability. But yeah, now that it is gone, he is now in trouble. Blade Master trying his best, constantly being cycloned, but he will break through eventually. Those dots don't have infinite mana, so this is only a matter of time. Once again, double cyclones on the double heroes there, but the raiders are slowly hacking away against the dragons and druids. And yep, there we go. Demon Hunter gets taken down level 3. Blade Master very close to level 5 himself, and that is not looking good. Blade Master might actually get picked off, but he is going to pop an invuln. Another Pock Factory gets placed down by the Tinkerer there, and the Beastmaster gets killed off at level 3 as well. That is going to be a quick game by OrcWorker, so yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will try to cast another one fairly soon. The only problem is I have 2 tests this week, so I can't really promise. So yep, anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.